Hi guys, welcome to this video showcasing NBA logos designed as rappers and hip-hop artists. Most of these logos include the popular musicians that were born or lived in the city that the team was located. I don't know every rapper or group on this list, but I do think the logos are really cool. So, if you like this video, press the like button, and while you're down there, subscribe too. Now let's get right into these logos. Alright, starting off here with the Atlanta Hawks, we have the group Outkast, and they were formed in 1991, and they're composed of Andre Benjamin, or Andre 3000, and Antoine Patton, Big Boy. Next up, for the Boston Celtics, we have House of Pain. They were formed in 1991 too, originally composed of Eric Schrody, which he goes by Everlast, Lior Demont goes by DJ Lethal, and Daniel O'Connor, Danny Boy. Next up for the Brooklyn Nets, we have Jay-Z as the logo, and he was born as Sean Carter, and he started rapping in 1986. Next up for the Charlotte Hornets, we have Petey Pablo, and he was born as Moses Barrett, and he started rapping in 1994. Next up for the Chicago Bulls, we have Kanye West. He was born Yeezus, and he started rapping in 1996. Next up, Bone Thugs-n-Harmony for the Cleveland Cavaliers, and they formed in 1991, and they were composed of Byron McCain, Busy Bone, Charles Shuggs, also known as Wishbone, Stephen Howes, known as Lazy Bone, Anthony Henderson, Crazy Bone, and Stanley Housey, Flesh and Bone. Next up for the Dallas Mavericks, we have Cowboy Troy, and he was born Troy Coleman, and he started rapping in 1999. For the Denver Nuggets, we have Snoop Dogg, and he was born as Calvin Brodus, and he started rapping in 1992. For the Detroit Pistons, we have Eminem. He was born Marshall Mathers, and he started rapping in 1988. For the Golden State Warriors, we have E40, born Earl Stevens, and he started rapping in 1986. For the Houston Rockets, we have Paul Wall. He was born Paul Slayton, and he started rapping in 1998. For the Indiana Pacers, we have Freddie Gibbs, and he was born as Frederick Tipton, and he started rapping in 2003. For the Los Angeles Clippers, we have NWA, and they're a group formed in 1986, and they were originally composed of Kim Nasal, Arabian Prince, Andre Young, Dr. Dre obviously, Eric Wright, Eazy-E, and O'Shea Jackson, Ice Cube, as you guys know. For the Los Angeles Lakers, we have Tupac here, and he was born Tupac Shakur, and he started rapping in 1987. For the Memphis Grizzlies, we have 3 6 Mafia, formed in 1991, and originally composed of Paul Berenguer, DJ Paul, Rick Dunnigan, Lord Infamous, and Jordan Houston, Juicy J. Next up for the Miami Heat, we have Trick Daddy, born Maurice Young, he started rapping in 1996. Next up for the Milwaukee Bucks, we have Young Buck, and he was born as David Brown, and he started rapping in 1993. For the Minnesota Timberwolves, this is kind of like their old logo style, and this is actually an independent hip-hop label named Rhymestayer, and they were co-founded in 1995 by Sean Daly, Slug, Anthony Davis, and Masoub Saab the artist, and Brent Sayers, Cedric. Next up, for the New Orleans Pelicans, we have Lil Wayne, and he was born as Dwayne Carter, and he started rapping in 1991. Next up for the New York Knicks, we have the Notorious B.I.G., or as many of you know, Biggie Smalls, and he was born as Christopher Wallace, and he started rapping in 1992. Next up, for the Oklahoma City Thunder, we have Sir Mix-a-Lot, and he was born as Anthony Ray, and he started rapping in 1983. Next up, for the Orlando Magic, we have Vanilla Ice. I don't know if he's really a rapper, but he was born as Robert Winkle, and he started rapping in 1985. Next up for the Philadelphia 76ers, we have the Roots, and they were formed in 1987, originally composed of Tariq Trotter, Black Thought, and Amir Thompson, Questlove, but obviously they have a lot more members now. Next up for the Phoenix Suns, we have Big Pun, and he was born as Chris Rios, and he started rapping in 1992. Next up for the Portland Trailblazers, we have Wiz Khalifa, and he was born as Cameron Thomas, and he started rapping in 2005. For the Sacramento Kings, we have Mozzie, and he was born as Timothy Patterson, and he started rapping in 2004. For the San Antonio Spurs, we have KRS-One, and he was born as Lawrence Parker, and he started rapping in 1981. For the Toronto Raptors, we obviously know their biggest fan, Drake, and he was born as Aubrey Graham, and he started rapping in 2001. For the Utah Jazz, we have DJ Jazzy Jeff, born as Jeffrey Towns, and he started rapping in 1985. And lastly, for the Washington Wizards, we have Whale, and he was born as, wait for me here, Olaboale Akintahin, and he started rapping in 2006. I know I butchered his name, but I'm sorry about that, guys. Thanks for watching the video, guys. Make sure you share it with the world and check out some of my other logo videos.